Clan War Leagues has just started. I'm going to go over some mistakes I've made and my clanmates have made in War, so that way you don't make those mistakes yourself. So let's jump right into it. The first mistake we're going to go over is actually a mistake I made within the first day of War. I was attacking a Town Hall 13 and I literally lost against it. You might be wondering, how did a max Town Hall 14 lose to a Town Hall 13 and only get a 1 star? Well, it wasn't going to lose, but it still lost in my book. It's a 1 star. You got to get more than 2. Well, you see what I did here was wrong is that I actually misplaced my warden because I completely forgot about the fact that I'll target the next troop and go on to that troop. So the biggest thing I'm going to teach you guys from this clip right here is that you want to make sure that when you attack your troops and place them down, don't forget about the single obstacle that's in that base that can take down your troops. So what you're gonna see here is that my queen is going for that eagle pick, right? Because if I get that, I get my dragons in and I get a ton of value. Easy 3-star, right? What I did wrong right here is I actually dropped in my queen, baby dragon got the cleanup. Then I thought, okay, how am I gonna deal with that Tesla that's right there? It's like, it's not the worst thing, but I kind of want to get out of the way so I can actually drop my loons there and stuff like that, the funnel. Well, I thought, wow, why don't I just drop my warden? Me being absolutely silly, completely forgot about the fact that there's an air defense in the back over here. So as soon as my warden starts walking over to it, it gets popped. So the biggest thing you're going to learn from this attack right here is that always make sure to check out the base you're attacking and try not to lose your warden, because the warden in Clash of Clans now is like the biggest troop. Like if you lose your queen or warden in War, or you're upgrading either one of them, you lose so much potential value to get an easy 3-star. And you're gonna see right here, literally the whole attack goes wrong because of the fact that I don't have my warden anymore and my dragons just slowly but surely get picked off. Like the Scaretrons aren't a threat. The biggest threat is actually the air sweeper and also the expo, because of the fact that it gets pushed back, pops them, and then yeah, and also poor troop placement. But usually what I'll do is have the warden with them and I'll send my champion from the back, but then I kind of rushed it and lost everything. So that's the first mistake I'm gonna show you guys. Just be careful where you place your troops. Now, the second mistake we're going to talk about is time stall. Time stall is one of those things where if you attack, you lose to the time of attacking, which you're going to see right here. Now, this is the same base layout we versed on day 1. This is on day 2 though. And you're going to see what happens here. I learned from my previous mistake with the warden, but what I'll actually do wrong is when I actually pop the actual wizard towers, eagle, and also CC, that I'll hesitate for a few seconds, up to 6 to 7 seconds, which causes me to lose the attack. Now, I also do misplace the champion where I placed her from right here when I should have placed her from the top. That way she could rotate off the cannon onto the Inferno, then activate the warden's effect and go all the way down here. So you're going to see right here, of course, we're going to start off with our archer queen. She's going to go in here, pick up the Tesla's cannons, and we don't place our warden down, because if we place the warden down, we lose that value, and we do not want that. So we got to be careful of hero placement. Freeze, rage, pick, and then this is where it gets iffy. As soon as that tornado trap comes up, I kind of pause and think what to do next, when I should have just spammed on this Inferno right here, because the multi won't take them out. And then of course you're going to see me drop my champion, and it's going to be from the wrong side. So the balloons are doing fine, and you see I dropped the champion from the bottom here when I was supposed to drop it from the top. That way I can clean up this area. So of course you're going to see the champion goes around the base doing her thing, and then she's going to die early due to the fact that she runs into the Inferno on the opposite side of the base because of it, which is not the worst in the world, but I could have gotten more value out of her if I placed her for the top Inferno. That way when she rotated down, I can activate a warden's effect, protect everything in that radius, and on top of that, get easy pick on actually the Inferno. Now, I wasn't too worried about this because I had bat spells, but remember that 6 or 7 seconds earlier we forgot to actually drop a troop. So that means we actually lost this due to the time, because you're going to see my warden's going to pick it off, which is absolutely awesome, meaning that I actually lose this attack due to my warden's attack speed being so low. We had a dragon, which would clean up really easy if we had more time, but we didn't have time. So second mistake, make sure when you do your attacks, practice against your teammates or clanmates or someone with a similar channel or a similar base you're going against. That way you kind of get a feel, and you got to make sure, just like if you know your attack strategy is going to work that direction, go for it. Don't even like hesitate. Think about it for a little bit, but don't give it too much time. So that was my mistake, so don't do that. So the third mistake we're going to go over is poor funneling in Clash of Clans. Depending on your attack strategy, funneling can be a key opponent to actually getting the attack to win. So what you're going to see there is my boy Nor and our clan actually attacked with E-Dragons to get this 10 on 12, right? Usually that will work out really well for you if you do it right. But he messed up 3 key factors. 1, poor troop placement. 2, poor funneling. Well, there wasn't any funneling. And 3, wasting a siege and wasting troops. So what you're going to see here, first of all, is him going for the eagle pick. He's going to lightning, of course, and he's going to drop the siege to the top. Now, the siege up here is actually not a bad idea. However, he drops it while the heroes are still alive and doesn't clean them up till afterward, and drops the lava hounds in too, meaning that both of those things, all 3 of those things, get picked from it. Also, my camera just glitched. Besides that though, he loses so much value right there, it's actually ridiculous. So what we're going to see here, of course, he's going to do is lightnings, of course, which is not a bad idea. This is pretty good, but I would actually attack with his attack strategy on this side. Now the reason why is because you'd probably do the exact same thing But what you can do right here is say to those lightnings, pop the actual air sweeper, not to deal with that, and focus all your splash damage this way. And while your troops in here go in here with the log launcher pop, with the king or queen cleaning up in here as well, meaning that you only have to focus on the bottom half of the base. So you're gonna see he's gonna go for that, of course. Then of course he makes a big crucial mistake, is placing the log launcher with the actual two heroes, meaning that they're both gonna get picked on that. And then of course they're gonna get picked on the lava hounds too, meaning that he's already lost like half his armor composition and most of the value in his base. Even his heroes are gonna go down to this, and he kind of just spams it, which, and he also wastes the affording effect. Like he does so much stuff wrong that I could probably do his attack again and easily 3-star the space if you just attack this side right here with, of course, like the long launcher after you pop the heroes and stuff like that with your heroes, and then you could have got the eagle to it. But then on top of that, spread those two lightnings there, and then focus on this bottom half of the base, meaning the splash damage, which would spread over, meaning when you get the actual town hall, you activate the warden's effect, protect everything in there, and they'll go buy it because, you know, the how large hit points of the E-Dragon will splash over, and then, you know, easy cleanup. But you can see he focuses on the wrong half of the base, and then he does a poor funnel, then he loses a ton of value right out of the gate. So big mistake. I want to tell you guys, like, there's 3 things you gotta learn from this. Make sure to always funnel. If your attack strategy needs a funnel strategy, there's a ton of videos on YouTube. There's a guy, Corrupt YT, who does videos on how to actually do amazing E-Dragon attack strategies. There's a lot of people out there who do really good breakdowns on how these attack strategies works. So sometimes if you don't know how to do funneling, I would highly recommend you do some research, or maybe just practice against your clanmates. That's something you can do, and it's easy to learn once you get a feel for it. So that's the 3rd mistake you gotta learn from. So the 4th mistake I'm going to teach you guys not to make is base identification. Now this one is actually a big one. If you know what you're doing, most times around you won't need this skill. What we're going to see wrong with this attack strategy here is that this guy is using an all dragon attack strategy, right, which is perfectly fine. Now what you're going to see a mess up is one key placement of one certain troop, which of course is the siege, the log launcher. Now what he does with it, he uses it from the top to access the base to get a pick on the actual air defense, and also on the wizard tower and stuff like that, and also on the air sweeper. But he could have actually gotten a lot more value from, instead of dropping it there, by dropping it in between the gold mine and also the army camp, meaning that would pop the walls right here all the way to the air sweeper, which would be huge, and also do damage to the actual air defense, because you're gonna see most of his troops are actually just gonna go down due to that reason. Now the other thing is too, he wastes his spells on certain spots where he didn't need to use them. So you're gonna see he's gonna start activating this lightnings, right, to pop the bottom one and the right one, which he could have actually done the exact opposite and pop the actual bottom air defense like he did, but pop the left side one. Now what that means is that the 2 air defenses that are on that side of the base are with the dragons he's gonna place down, meaning that all the hard stuff that he needs to get done or like knock out is right there in front of him, and he doesn't have to wait for his troop to go across the base to actually pop those, because most times around if you pop the front ones, it's gonna make you lose the attack faster. If you pop the ones you know you're going for, you get a lot more value out of it, and you also don't have to deal with that much stuff at the end of the attack. So you can see that right here, he does that first mistake, which he could have got a lot more value for. He still has a ton of lighting left over, which is perfectly fine, but he could have got a lot more value out of them if he just focused on just that one. Now, he did get a comeback with the actual log launcher. However, you're going to see right here, he doesn't get the air sweeper, and he doesn't get the eagle. He could have dropped it from this side, not only gotten the air sweeper, possibly the eagle, but also done damage on this air defense. And if he does it in a 3-tile placement, he could actually hit the air defense and the eagle within the same radius, because that's how big it works. And then he could have popped the bottom one and that one, and then the top air defense he wouldn't have to really worry about it, because of the fact that since he popped the walls right here, your queen is more likely to rotate into the arch tower, onto the expo, then clean up that cubby with that inferno, and also get the air defense pick out of it. And then he would have the whole bottom half of the base at first, and it would have no air defenses, and it'd be easy cleaning. And don't forget, the air defense on the bottom is pointing downwards, so that means it's not even a threat. It's not even considered a threat. If it does push it downwards, it actually assists the dragon getting towards the actual inferno. And he also had an E-Dragon CC2, so it really helped out with actually cleaning that air defense, because, not air defense, air sweeper, because then it's going to click it within 2 shots, remove it from play, and then he can have the rest of the base to clean up. Now, I'm pretty sure he could have 3-star this if he did the exact way I was thinking of, but unfortunately he did a little bit different, which meaning he had a lot more value loss, meaning that he couldn't get that 3-star. He still got a 2-star, which is awesome, but there was a potential 3-star he could have easily made if he just did some slight tweaks to his attack. So now you know how those mistakes happen. Hopefully you can take this information, apply it to future attacks in your clan war leagues, or just in war in general, and hopefully you get nice 3-stars from it so you don't make similar mistakes like we did. Now if you did enjoy this video though, make sure to smash the like button, get subscribed so you don't miss any of our awesome Clash of Clans or Apex content, and don't forget to check us on Twitch. We do stream there, of course, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They have a link down below to our Twitch channel. Check us out there. And until then, I'll see you guys in our Clash of Clans video. G-Man, out.